What's up, furry community, friends, and other communities, normies, and even more fur normies? What's up? It's Tracker. So, really quick, I promise this time, which doesn't really mean much usually. So, this story is an intersection of three elements, okay, which is anxiety, of course, people-pleasing, which I haven't brought up before, and insecurity, which I have also not brought up before, but it is kind of present in a lot of them. So, story time. So, back in the day, which was a Wednesday. Where's my calendar? No, it was during COVID. So, it was near the end where they were still recommending, look, everybody stay 6 feet apart, but like, it wasn't really like socially, like, not enforced, but kind of like accepted. Like, we weren't really wearing masks anymore, but it's like, oh, okay, stay away, but blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so like one time I go to the grocery store late at night, and the grocery store on the aisle floor had these giant stickers. They're not really stickers, they're kind of like more like things that stick to the floor. But so it just said, what it did is it had an arrow, and it said, okay, to reduce COVID exposure, or like, people crossing each other, then like, please go this direction down the aisle, and then turn right or left, and then go that direction down the other aisle. And I'm like, it's freaking 11 at night, and I'm like, I just want my food. It's like, and so I had my cart, and or my basket or whatever, and I start going down one aisle, and I see the arrow is pointing the opposite way, and I see the sticker on the ground, and read what it says, like, oh, okay. And I'm like, and so I instinctively like kind of turn around and decide to go the other way. And then, I was starting to, and then I stopped myself. It's like, dude, this is stupid. Like, and I legit thought to myself, who's gonna stop me? The wheat thin police? And it's like, but I mean, what it really is, what's really happening, like emotionally and socially, is that my nose itches. Is that like, I don't want to break the rules and get in trouble. That's a big part of anxiety and people pleasing, and insecurity. But like, it's an arbitrary rule. I mean, it makes sense, but at this point, it's kind of like an arbitrary rule that the grocery store is like maybe partly trying to be responsible to helping people out, but also being like, okay, please, let's really not keep people too close together. But like with anxiety and this trio of problems, it's like, it makes it really difficult to feel like you have to defend yourself, even against rules that are pretty arbitrary or don't really make sense. Anyway, so if you add all three of those together, that little trio of anxiety, people-pleasing, and insecurity, that is what I call avoidance. Okay, so that is dangerous. That is emotionally dangerous, because a healthy approach is like, weigh it out in our minds and be like, okay, pros and cons. This is realistic. This is not realistic. Like, the wheat thin police are not going to come for me. Full size wheat thin police. I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm not going to buy wheat thins because I don't know why. Okay. Have a great night, guys. See ya. Bye. Love, Tracker. And Wheat Thin Corporation.